Hi guys and welcome back to Logic Language Learning. So I've been away on holiday for 3 weeks, so anybody that's mailed me or WhatsApped me and hasn't had a response yet, that is the reason why. So I will respond to those as soon as possible. So this is a video that I think is such a clever idea to solve. No, that doesn't sound right. It's such a good question and it's so simple. It's so simple, yeah? So the question comes from Molly, who is a really good student of mine, who is learning. She's got a French partner, which is fantastic. So Molly's question is, how do you translate didn't? So when you're speaking quickly and you just need to say a sentence, how do you translate didn't, okay, or did not? So the knack to translating the words didn't is, well, the word really with the join is the fact that basically you just need to accept that it's the negative form of the past, and by past I mean your normal choice of passé composé 3 words or imparfait 2 words. So what I mean is, all the debate, all the work, everything we've normally done on am I going to use 3 words for my past or am I going to use 2 words for my past? All of that work, all of those choices, so we've used 2 methods. We've used the light bulb method, which I'll talk about again in a minute, or we've used the method with the repetition, description, mental state, if, after the word if, different ways of finding the past. Which past you're going to go into. So didn't is just when you have a negative state of those possibilities. So let's see. So for example, if I said I understood, so the question is, how many verb words do I have in that sentence? I have 1 verb word and I'm in the past. So if I hear have or has, I know that I'm passé composé. So, you know, j'ai compris, I have understood. If I heard was, were, or used to, I know that I'm in the imperfect, so I used to understand, je comprenais. If I just heard I understood, 1 past word, that is where we normally say, well, most of the time it will tend to be the one with the have or the be in the middle. It will be the passé composé, unless you've got evidence of repetition, description, mental state, or after the word if, and I will tag underneath the videos, the perfectly acceptable videos where I talk about those methods. So for example, I had 1 past word, assume it's the normal is going to be 1, 2, 3. So I had a burger, j'ai eu. If it was a repetition, I had a burger every day when I was at school, you know, j'avais, I used to have. Or if it was a description, so I had blonde hair is the example I always give, j'avais, you know, les cheveux blancs, repetition, description, a mental state, you know, I had a problem, j'avais un problème, or I was afraid, j'avais peur, so compounds that use the word to have, or after the word if in the past, so if I had lots of money, I would buy, you know, si j'avais. So those are 4 circumstances, repetition, description, mental state, if, where you will use the imperfect, even if you're only hearing 1 word in the past. So didn't, let's just look at this, didn't is just the negative of all of that. So what does that ultimately mean? It means you're going to put ne and pas, or conversationally just pas, either side the first verb. So if you have only 1 verb, if you've just got the imperfect, so for example, I didn't know, let's assume it was new, the mental state, so je savais. I didn't know, je ne savais pas, or je savais pas. I ate, single action, so j'ai mangé, yeah, no repetition, no description, just assume single action, I ate an apple, j'ai mangé une pomme. I didn't eat an apple, je n'ai pas mangé une pomme, or j'ai pas mangé une pomme, if you didn't put the nut in conversationally. Let's do some more. So I knew, no, let's do another one. Let's do one that can change. So let's do I understood again. So I didn't understand. So when Wendy told me what she meant. Wendy's my friend. I didn't understand. So that means when she told me something, there either was a reaction or there wasn't an instant reaction. But either way, it's a bum bum bum. It's just a simple action taking place in the past. So I understood would be j'ai compris in this situation. I didn't understand je n'ai pas compris. Yeah, the didn't has just made that negative. When I was 6 years old, I didn't understand where babies came from. This is a mental state, this is an ongoing thing. To use the light bulb method, can I remind you, if a light bulb is going on or off in your sentence, if an action is taking place, you're going to use the passé composé. And if you've got a light bulb permanently on or permanently off, nothing's changing, it's describing a state, that will be the imparfait. And if your light bulb's flickering on and off many times, lots of repeated actions, that will also be the imparfait. So in other words, if your light bulb goes on cleanly or off cleanly, something happens in your sentence, then it will be the passé composé. So I didn't understand. There's nothing changing there. There's no, it's just ongoing state. I didn't understand. Je ne comprenais pas. So in other words, didn't is a choice of making your word popping your verb in the passé composé, that means with have in the middle, with ne and pas, or a choice of making your verb popping your verb in the imperfect and popping ne and pas around that verb. So in other words, didn't isn't any specific tense. It's the choice between passé composé and imparfait. Final comment, we often use didn't. Did you go to school today? I didn't. Yeah. Now this is part of a greater argument, which is in English in French we do not use the small inversions that we use in English. Will you be coming to the party? I won't. Or I will. Have you gone? I have. We don't use that in French. So you're obliged to say, you don't have to say the whole sentence. Are you going to come? Oui, certainement, tout à fait. Rather than I will. So, did you go to the party? No, I didn't. Non. Again, you have the option of repeating the whole sentence. J'y suis pas allé. Non, j'y suis pas. I didn't do it. Je l'ai pas fait. But just I didn't on its own. Be very careful that, like any other contraction, I will, I won't, I wouldn't, I have. You can't do that in French. Okay. So let's do a few examples. I didn't like the film. So you went to see the film, and often to work out which one it is, whether it's 3 or 2, think what would the affirmative, the positive version be. So I saw the film, there was a reaction, so I liked the film. So that would have been a change in your mind. Yeah, I didn't know about it, I liked it. J'ai aimé. I didn't like it, j'ai pas aimé. Donc j'ai pas aimé le film. Okay? You can use je n'aimais pas at certain times, but j'ai pas aimé le film. Okay? I didn't go to Paris. So I went to Paris. Bon would be an action taking place. Je suis allé. I didn't go. Je ne suis pas allé à Paris. I didn't go to school very often. So same sentence, I didn't go. We've got evidence of repetition. Yeah, repetition. I didn't go. I didn't used to go. Bum 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 bum. So that one is going to be imperfect. So je n'allais pas. Moi je n'allais pas à l'école. Pas souvent. I went to school very often. You can say that I went a great deal. Great. I didn't receive the parcel. So action. Yeah. Action taking place. I received the parcel, or I didn't receive the parcel. J'ai pas reçu, je n'ai pas reçu le colis. When I used to live at that address, I didn't receive the mail very often. The postman was an asshole. I didn't used to receive. I didn't receive. Je ne recevais pas. That would be the imperfect of to receive. Okay. Side note, to find an imperfect you're not too clear on is go to the nous form of the present tense. All right. So to answer Molly's question then, how do we find the didn't? In French, we do the same system. We use the same system as when we have a single worded past. So I spoke, I wrote, I danced. We then decide whether we're going 1, 2, 3 or 2, whether we're going 3 or 2. Passé composé, j'ai pris, j'ai mangé, j'ai whatever. Je suis allé, je suis monté, whatever. Or je montais, j'allais, je prenais. You decide between those two systems and make them both negative accordingly with ne and pas. Okay, so I hope this has been useful. Do please subscribe if you're not already subscribed. Do see the link underneath. I really love it when people say the video has been useful, and I'm always appreciative when you guys buy me a coffee on the coffee link, which will be underneath, because it does help. Okay, alright guys, speak soon. Loads of love.